So up next is processing small benefit exemption items. So under small benefit exemption, you can provide up to 2 non-cash benefits to your employees per tax year, as long as the value doesn't exceed €1,000. But since the 1st of January this year, any small benefits provided to employees must be reported to revenue as part of the enhanced reporting requirements. So a lot of you maybe only ever deal with ERR towards the end of the year, if you're providing gift cards, for example, under small benefit exemption. And the good news is that you can submit your ERR through your Sage Payroll software, or you could do it manually and submit the ERR information via the ROS portal. Now, something to note is that the rules for small benefit exemption are changing in 2025. So the annual limit is increasing to €1,500, and you'll be allowed to give up to 5 small benefits in the tax year. So let's take a look at how you would process this in payroll. Now, it would involve setting up a payment and a deduction, because a small benefit isn't a cash item, it's a non-cash benefit, such as a one-for-all gift card. So you enter the value of the small benefit as an expense, and then you take away that same value as a net deduction. So I'll show you where to set up the payments, and when it comes to the timesheets, we'll be putting one entry in payments and the same amount in the deductions. Now, if you've done that using an expenses payment, once you've ran end of period, you'll then be able to send an enhanced reporting submission, and you should do that in the same period that you actually give the small benefit to your employee. So I want to bring that to life for you by giving you a demo. So let's just drop the slides down again. And for this particular demo, I am going to process the small benefit in week 52, but you would obviously do it in the period that you're providing the small benefit. So first thing I'll do is set the period. It's my 27th of December pay date. And before I go into the timesheets, I just want to show you the payment and deduction that I've set up for this. So if I go to company payroll and then payments, within my payments, I have several expenses payments, but the one I'm using for this is small benefit exemption, that's what I've called it. And if I edit it to show you the settings, you can see the type of payment is an expenses payment, and the enhanced reporting category for this one is small benefit. So I've already got that set up. If you need to create one, you can do it by clicking new. You would choose your expenses and small benefit categories like so. In addition to that, if I go to company payroll and then deductions, I have a deduction with the same label, small benefit exemption. This is set up as a net deduction and a standard subtype. So this will be used so that we don't include the value of the small benefit in the employee's net pay. So once you've retrieved your RPNs, you would enter your timesheets in the usual way. I'm just going to go down the batch entry screen, because I've got quite a few of these to enter. So just for my first employee, Effie, I'm going to select the payments and deductions to show in this grid. So at the bottom of the screen, if I click select pay deductions, I can tick the box for the payments I want to see. And then we're giving them a €500 gift card. So I'm going to enter that as a small benefit exemption, and you'll see the net pay goes up when I do that. But I'm also going to deduct the same amount, and you can see the net pay has returned to what it was. And looking at the detailed entry, if you were doing it with individual timesheets, we've got the expenses payment. We also have the net deduction on the same timesheet. And also see the same items there on the payslip preview. Now, because I've got a few of them, I'm just going to work down the list. Everyone's getting €500 gift card. So that's the payment. This is the deduction. And if I'm happy with the other payment values, I'll just go ahead and save the timesheets. And then you would complete your payroll in the usual way, running the control summary and gross to net report, running end of period, and then sending the payroll submission, where you'd report the usual taxable payments and deductions. So that's just submitted as you normally would. And that one is complete. But now I can send my enhanced reported submission to specifically report those small benefits. So if I click onto this, first thing it shows you is the categorize screen. Now, because we set it up as a small benefit expenses payment, it has automatically categorized it as a small benefit. And we don't have any other types of expenses to report this period. So I'm happy that I've got €500 for the small benefit. I'm going to save that information and click next. Already got my ROS certificate saved. I click next again, and then it gives me a summary of what I'm about to submit. So it's all small benefit, 10 employees in total. I can go ahead and send that to revenue. So that is now submitted, and I've reported the small benefit payments in addition to my usual payroll submission.